Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Here Impact 2021. So, New Year already started, and this is the first episode of the year. Hopefully, this year will be much better than the previous one, and we can just skip it. Of course, learning, the things we have learned through the epidemics and how we can handle things better in the future. The health uh, department of our society. So this episode is the first also story of Women Science Diaries. So Science Women Diaries is like a section of Her Impact, a new section that we introduced last year, but it's happened this year. They're going to talk about stories about women science and the challenges they're facing in their daily life. And I'm starting this part of Her Impact, this category of episodes, by sharing one of my story as a woman science. So if you are a woman science and want to share your story, you can do it via your own video, or you can write out your story and we can read it in an episode of science woman science diaries. Or if you want to be interviewed, this section of Her Impact is for you. So wherever you feel comfortable, please just send us an email and we will have your story on Her Impact Podcast and TV. So I would like to start one of my stories I'm going to share with you, which is, I think, one of the worst things that I have faced as a woman in science in my workplace. And it was related to health. So I think that's the worst thing that a boss or, a leader of a team can do, is that it doesn't care about your health. So about like 7, 8 years ago, I had a lot of difficulty in my health. So I had to be hospitalized for 5 days, and it was a serious one. So I was not myself. I was pumped in antibiotics. I have infection, and I was feeling so not myself, so weak. So what the professor that I was collaborating with, the humanly would be, contact me and say, hope you feel well soon. Unfortunately, I didn't not had that possibility, didn't have that experience with him. So he called me not to say, be healthy again soon, hopefully to be soon healthy, but he said that I had to work because we had to submit our report, our progress report, to the EU project that I was handling. We were handling as a team, so we were about 10 people in the team. Of course, all of it, I don't know why. Actually, I know all the work I was doing. So I was doing like work for 10 people that I was, because, the work alone was for 10 people, and I had to do everything, even submitting the reports for the timesheet, every personnel. I had to do it. So he called me and he said that, you have to do it. So I was frustrated, I was desperate, I didn't know what to do. I was feeling so weak mentally. I didn't know, because it was serious. I didn't know what would happen in the future, and I just facing a lot of pressure with him being, call me and just telling me I have to submit it. So I tried to do it. I work through remote, with my computer, through the work computer, through my laptop that I asked my mother to bring. and nobody in my surrounding was happy. The doctor did not like that at all. He told me to just close it because you are not yourself. You are so weak. You need to rest. That's what you need to do. And nobody was happy in my surrounding, my parents, my family, my friends. But I thought that time I need to be professional and I have to finish the job. I mean, I don't know why I thought about it, but I was not mentally, sane. So I don't know why it makes sense I have to finish a report. And I did it. Miracles happened. So for these 5 days, instead of recovering in the clinic, I was actually working in the clinic. And I sent him an email with the report. He never replied. So when I finished, from the clinic, I went to my house and tried to recover. And some days passed, and then I felt strong enough to go to the office. So I went, and I asked him about the report, and his response was that it was not good. So yeah, that did not very adequate. I didn't do a lot of good job, so they couldn't, send it to the EU because they got fines and all these things, which I don't think it was so bad. But anyway, he said that he put someone else to do it, someone outside the team, so the person that did it didn't actually know what we're doing. And afterwards I learned that it's actually part of a thesis of that person. Not so it just didn't make any sense to send that report because the results were different. So they just took the place of the area we're working on, and that put only that area to the report. And they sent it, and they thought it was good. And I was very disappointed. I was really desperate that I had to be involved with this professor for 5 years then. And at the end of, the contract, when it finished for this project, which was a bit like 6-7 months later, we stopped working together, obviously. But that teach me that, about health, your health, your life at the end of the day, because that what happened to me is much, much more important than any research, any work as a woman in science, as a scientist, as a researcher. And people should appreciate that. At least that. It's a really fundamental thing to do, to appreciate people's life and health in their workplace. We're not in a war zone or anything. So just somebody's sick, just let them be sick and recover a little bit. So that's one of the worst experience I had as a woman scientist. And as actually left a little bit of scars on me, because I was working for so many years with this person, and he just treated me like garbage. Like I didn't matter as a person, I didn't matter as a woman, I didn't matter as a scientist, I didn't matter anything for him. So that's my story. I hope you can come forward and tell your stories, because we don't really hear about these things in the media enough. So we need women scientists telling their stories, how we are treated, how we are treated, because we need to change how things will change in the future, how we will be treated in the future. And if we come forward and telling these stories, then maybe we'll make a change. Like a Me Too, they started with the same way as this initiative. They started telling their story. So maybe at the end it will be a campaign. These diaries, a collection of stories that we can tell the media, the politicians, the universities, so things can finally change and be accepted as a scientist. So thank you for being with me with another episode of Her Impact. May science your superpower, and I'll see you next time with another episode.